Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Echo here, and you might be wondering what the fuck's going on right now. This is going to be a little PSA, probably make the title like PSA or something like that, about scamming on Steam. So, this guy right here, Zephyr, or Steam ID Garlic061234, is a scammer. He just tried to scam me, and I got as much proof as I could to kind of help you guys out and kind of spot when a scammer, who scammers are and stuff like that. So, first of all, pretty much right here, rules, vault account. So we go over here. This is where all his skins are. He has no skins, like, actually in his inventory. So that's like sign one. If someone's inventory or profile is private, they're most likely a scammer. Every decent scammer is going to have their profile and inventory public, and they're not going to have alt accounts with all their skins on it. Unless they're like really well-known traders. I know there's one guy, I forget his name. He has a couple different accounts that he buys and sells keys on, and they're like automated, and he's a really good guy, and his inventory is worth like $60,000, so he's a really good trader. But this guy, not so much. So, as you guys know, I don't know, hang on, Steam, I did not prepare for this at all. So, Echo VG is my main account, right? So, my alt account is Stuffed Nachos. That's my ID. Is Exodia the Forbidden One, because I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, and I tried to get everybody else to change their name to Exodia's left leg and right leg and left arm and right arm, but they wouldn't fucking have it because they're assholes. Anyway, so this is my alt account. This guy adds me. I forgot to get screenshots of the initial conversation, but he adds me. He's like, "Hey, are you oh, by the way, I got a new. This is how this all started. I got a new knife. Got an M9 M9 Bayonet Tiger Tooth for my Karambit. Fucking awesome trade. This knife is sexy as hell." Anyway, he adds me. He's like, "Hey, are you trading your M9?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, of course I am. Because I like trading. I like skins and stuff." He's like, "All right, how much you selling for?" I was like, "Well, what's your offer?" He's like, "Are you interested in a StatTrak Karambit factory new slaughter? StatTrak slaughter Karambit factory new." I was like, "Yeah, I need to see the float and I need to inspect it in game." So he gives me his buddy's profile, and I was like, "Hey, that's a minimal wear, not a factory new." He's like, "All right, so you still interested?" I was like, "No, not really, because A, StatTrak knives are hard as fuck to trade, and minimal wears look like shit on Karambits." And he's like, "Well, are you interested in anything in my vault account?" So I took a look. I'm like, "You have a flip knife ruby that I like. It looks sexy. I'll trade that for you. I'll obviously add because my knife isn't as valuable as that." He's like, "All right, what do you add?" I said, "I'll add my AK Aquamarine factory new, M4 Hyper Beast factory new." He's like, "All right." And then he says the one thing that if anybody says this to you, they are 100% a scammer. "Do you have a friend that can hold the items for you?" Once they say that, I instantly knew he was a scammer, because there is absolutely no reason that he shouldn't be able to just send you a trade offer for your items and the items you'd agreed upon and just get it over with. If they ask you if you have a friend that can hold the items or he can see the items, first of all, if he asks if you can see the items, that's like literally the stupidest scam. Because he's like, "Hey, I just want you to trade it to me and I want to see it in game and then I'll totally trade it back, I promise." It's retarded. Excuse my use of that word, but it's really stupid. So he's like, "Hey, do you have a friend that can trade the items for you?" And I instantly knew that he's a scammer. I was like, "Okay, I want to get some proof of this guy." So I was like, "All right, I have my alt account." And then I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Yeah, what's his profile? So what's his profile so I can see?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it to you after I trade it to him." And he was really pushing me to give him the profile link before I traded the items, because he had a buddy who was impersonating my alt account. So this is my account right here. Let me touch you, essentially. And then this is his buddy's account. Private profile, not even the same ID, not on my friends list. So, it was really obvious. So he made up some excuse. I was like, well, first of all, why do you need me to trade my items to a friend? He's like, well, I want to make sure your items aren't bugged. I was like, bugged? How do you mean? And he says, you know, the bug where it shows up in your inventory, but it might not show up in other people's inventory. I was like, yeah, that's the stupidest excuse you could come up with. That's the best one. So I humored him. I was like, yeah, okay, I think I've heard of that before. Never fucking heard of it before. So I trade the items to my alt account, and I'm doing this. I'm logged in on my browser on my main, logged in on the Steam client on my alt, because I tried logging in my browser. I got trade banned on my alt. So I logged in on the Steam profile. So I'm chatting. I've got 2 chat windows up at this point. Chatting with him on my main, on my one monitor, and then chatting with him on my alt account on one monitor as well. So from my main, I go in, I send my alt to trade offer, I accept, and the dude adds me on my alt. He's like, hey, are you a friend of Echoes? Which I can show you right here. He's like, I was like, hello? He's like, hi, are you a friend of Echoes? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you have your items? I was like, yep, they're in my inventory. He's like, this inventory is not available at this time. Please try again later. I was like, well, it's on public. And then he asked me for my trade offer link, so I send him that from my alt. He's like, one sec. He's like, okay. And he's like, I'll tell you when to return his items. That one is fucking stupid. There's no reason for him to tell you when. And on my main, I think I have it up right here. Yeah, right here. So before all this, I got trade banned on my alt. I was like, oh shit, maybe we can't do this. I was like, maybe I'll get someone a friend later on that could be able to help, because I know Trauma would help me fucking bust this guy. So then I realized I could do it from my Steam client, and I was like, hey, I got it to work. And then I gave him the ID. And I was like, they're in his inventory. Let me know when you've seen the items. And he's like, it's your Smurf. I was like, I'm an MG. I don't need a Smurf. I lied my ass off. I need a Smurf because I like fucking with silvers. That's pretty much it. And I said, I suck enough for one account. That's true. He's gold Nova 4. Scrub. What items did you trade? I told him my M9, AK M4. He's like, all right, let me check. Steam down. I was like, no, you fucking scammer. Some inventory's not available. Refreshing. And then he asked if I'm at work. I don't know why he asked this. Probably because his friend initially impersonated me. I don't have my thing open. He impersonated me initially. So then he goes, are you at work? I was like, no, I'm at home. I thought you were at work. I was like, nope. So then at this point, he says, saw it. And then he says, oh, fuck, where is it? And then, fuck, sorry, getting confused. And he says, tell me when he has it, just so I can check. I was like, all right, he should have them now. So then then I said, he gave me the items back, told me to tell you. He's like, wait. I was like, yeah. He's like, I forgot to take screenshots from his inventory. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about for proof? And then he said he needed proof that it appeared in another inventory. That's 100% bullshit. 100%, there is no reason for that at all. So and then he said that's why I need to take it from his inventory with the items in it. I was like, all right, let me trade him back real quick. He's like, don't trade yet. There's absolutely no reason I shouldn't be able to trade that right then. So, and then on my alt, he asks if I can get the items back so I can take his screenshots. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Acting like I'm a different person that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And then he says, don't trade the items. I was like, okay. So I did nothing. I didn't trade anything. Then on my main account, I get a trade offer from this guy, and I think I should have it somewhere. Yeah, I get a trade offer from this guy for all my items, and this is his buddy pretending to be me, not actually me, because I am both people in this situation, and I knew 100% that this was not me that sent the offer. So I was like, all right, that's enough proof for me. I'm getting kind of bored. This has taken like a fucking hour to do. And I'm getting bored. I want some food, whatnot. So I declined the offer, and then I just keep the items in my main. And then I was like, and then he's like, I told him to send the offer to you, and he didn't even say that on here. So I was like, because you're a scammer. He's like, what? I was like, you have a buddy pretending to be me pretending to be my friend, and he just sent me a trade offer. My friend didn't send one. He lolls because he knows he's got had, and then I say, nice try, wanted to see how long he'd hold out. Really, I just got bored, because this guy's a fucking idiot. So is this guy. And then, where is the thing? Oh god. And then I was like, in case you didn't know, we knew you and your buddy pretending to be me are scammers. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, you're obvious, but good try. GG, well played. So yeah, that is basically a PSA on scammers. So I will put the profiles and the link to this that I made, the Imgur album called Steam Scammers. It's got pictures and then another guy that I forgot to get the profile ID of. This was when I had my Karambit. He asked if I have a Karambit. I was like, do I accept keys and knives? Yeah. So then, and by the way, if this guy offers me a Karambit Tiger Tooth for my Karambit Doppler, I was like, all right, not that big of a deal. His is a little more valuable than mine. I could add. And then he goes, then I say, do you know the float? He goes, 0.002. That, if it seems too good to be true, it is. So, and then I was like, your inventory is private, not able to see it on Steam or CSGO Exchange. Like I said, if his inventory is private, or you can't see it on CSGO Exchange or Steam Analyst or anything like that, they're a scammer. And he says, wait, do you have a real friend online? I was like, alright, you're a fucking scammer. And I said, yep, I'm gonna humor him. And then he goes, I mean, can I see your knife? If will appear on your friend's inventory for 1 minute checking. After I check, you can get your knife back and we can do trade, okay? All I want is to see your knife. So you can clearly see it in my inventory. I want to see your knife first. Nice try. Not falling for that shit. So, oh, what'd I do? Oh, fuck me. Okay. So yeah, I will put, this is his Vault account. So Zephyr is the main scammer. So if you ever come across this guy, Steam ID Garlic061234, or this guy, Steam ID Rick with two eyes, Smurf. He's gonna change his name. Let me see if he's already changed it yet. No, he's still impersonating me. So, if you ever come across these guys, and this guy, I'm going to assume as well is part of the thing because his inventory, he's got quite a few keys. And then he's got Dopplers, bunch of knives, already an M9 Tiger Tooth. Got a Fire Serpent. Am I the only one that thinks the Fire Serpent is fucking ugly? That might just be me. And a Dragon Lord. So, all of these items, I'm assuming, are scammed. 100%. These poor bastards that got scammerinoed. Because there's some nice shit in here. Especially, he's got 3 fact new Dragon Lords, which makes me cry. I can't even get one. So, anyway, just be smart about your items and your trades. All the legit people will have their profiles public. Their inventory is public. They're not going to ask you to trade your items to a friend so they can see. They're not going to ask you for a middleman. That if you do need a middleman, if it's like a real cash transaction, there are legit middlemen. Look on the CSGO Reddit, the trade Reddit. You can find a few very reputable people. I can't say that word. You can find very good people to do that, and they are 100% safe. And it is polite to tip your middlemen. Just a tip. Anyway, so just be smart. If you ever think you're getting scammed, just say, you know what? I want to think about this offer for a bit. Let me know. Let me know if that's all right. I want to sit on it for maybe a day or two. And any really decent trader is going to say, all right, I understand. You want to think it over. That's fine. I'll hold the item for you. You hold your item for me. We'll call it good. If you don't want to trade, just let me know. Scammers are always going to go quick. So if you are in a trade and you're not too sure, you think he's scamming you, say, hey, you know, I want to take a day to think about this. He'll be like, no deal, fuck you, and they'll like delete you. So that's another way. Scammers are going to want to go fast. And legit traders are gonna be like, yeah, I understand. And the safest way I have found to trade is trade offers. Like, that is 100% safe as you can possibly get. If you're trading like this, just look at the profile. For instance, I looked at this profile, I was like, it's private. Mine's not private. He's not on my friends list. I'm on my friends list. So yeah, I knew. So I will put these in the description. I will put this album in the description. And I will probably update this because I've had like so many scammers in the past few days while I've been trying to trade Nias. I've had so many. So this will be updated probably pretty regularly. And I will try to put some profile IDs in like the notes or whatever. I think I can do that. But yeah, that was just a shortcut / long. This was longer than I expected to be because I like talking. PSA on just use your head when trading. So quick, too long, didn't watch. If someone asks you to trade the items to a friend so they can see it in the inventory, they're a scammer. Profile private, inventory private, most likely a scammer. I know there are some people that have their profiles private and then they just take it off private when they want to do a trade. 99% of the time they're going to be a scammer. If they ask for a middleman, scammer. It's pretty obvious. You can tell when they're a scammer. Yeah, anyway, just be smart when trading your items and stay safe. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.